You have got to change the way you think. It is the whole determining factor of where you go in life. We are all where we are today because we thought ourselves to this position. If you don't like the position, think yourself out of it. Your brain is divided into two halves, positive and negative, good and evil. It don't function on nothing else. Ain't no neutral ground in your brain. It's either positive and good or negative and evil. Each half of your brain has millions of factory workers on each side. You got 1 million factory workers on the positive side. You got 1 million factory workers on the negative side. At the forefront of each one of those factories in your brain is a foreman. You got foreman positive and you got foreman negative. You are in charge. You're the boss of the factory.
Our lives are mostly affected by the way we think things are, not the way they are. The way we think they are affects us most. And Shope taught me that the mind is like a factory, a mental factory. And whatever you think about all day long pours ingredients into this mental factory. And that's what builds the economic, social, financial fabric of your life. As you think, so you become.
There is nothing as powerful as a changed mind. You can change your hair, your clothing, your address, your spouse, your residence. But if you don't change your mind, the same experience will perpetuate itself over and over again because everything outwardly changed, but nothing inwardly changed.
Guess what? We are how we think. You can't make a world, but you can make your own world. So now, since your brain is in two halves, let me show you how this works. You wake up in the morning and you say, man, I don't feel myself today. I got up on the wrong side of the bed. I'm not a morning person. Foreman negative hears that. He steps to the front. He said, what did you say? You say, I said I woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. I'm not myself. I'm not a morning person. He says, you got it right away. He said, hey, the boss just woke up and said he's not a morning person. He's having a bad day today and he ain't feeling himself. Let's get to work. The 1 million factory workers start producing thoughts to justify what you just said. So now guess what? Man, I hate my alarm clock went off this morning. I got to get out here in this traffic. I want to drive down here today. I don't even like these people on my job. I can't stand this car I'm finna get in this morning. Sure wish I had a new car, but I'm driving this ragged ass car. And on and on and on. And your day starts tumbling into what you ordered at the top of the day. You could wake up in the morning and you say, you know what? Today is gonna be a great day today. I expect something really good to happen for me today. He said, what did you say? You say, I said I'm having a great day today. I expect something good to happen today. Foreman positive turns around and goes, all right, let me have your attention. Steve's having a great day today. He's expecting some wonderful things to happen. And man, let's get it going. And they start manufacturing thoughts. Same brain. Man, I can't wait to go to work today. It may not be the job I want, but at least I got a job. I'm so grateful I got a car to drive to work today. Hey man, at least I got a check coming in. I appreciate the fact that I don't have a car, but at least I can walk to the train. Man, this is gonna be great today. That's how your mind works 24/7. It never turns off. Change your attitude, you change your altitude.
If you want something out of life, if you want to change yourself, if you want to acquire something, if there's some goal that you want to reach, changing your behaviors, overcoming negative habits, it's challenging. It's hard. Most people go through life never discovering what their talents are. Most people never develop their talents.
The only thing that's going to make you happy, my friend, in this year or any other, is to step up. It's to raise the standard. It's to discover what you're capable of and feel that incredible power of pushing through whatever's holding you back and get to the other side of more of your true self. That's what this game's all about.
When you step into your fears and continue to push yourself to go on, something happens for you.
If you look at somebody who's really successful and you think, wow, I mean, they're so amazing, they're such a genius, you got to dig underneath and you got to remember something. People are rewarded in public for what they've practiced for years in private.
Telling the guy, the problem is you're on the phone with these great ideas, you got great statements, you sound deep, but your life does not model anything you're talking about. You don't get out of life what you want, you get out of life who you are. Everybody wants, you think the guy that's driving around in a tricked out Ford Fusion, you think that was his dream car? Like he went to Ford, like, let me get the tricked out Fusion. I've always wanted this, right? Right? That's not the car you wanted. You think the guy that's living in the low housing income area, that's where he wanted to live? No. When he passed the gated community, he wants to be there too. Right? But the guy who lives in the gated community, who drives the car he always wanted to drive, the difference between the two of them, that one of them says certain things, that's what I want, and the other one is what he says. He is what he says. He is the words that come out of his mouth and the lifestyle that he lives, the things that he do, they are congruent. Right? That's why some rappers, people are like, how in the world is this rapper, how's he doing what he's doing? Because he said that this is the lifestyle that he lived, right? You look at Jay-Z. Jay-Z said he did this, this, and this to get to this. And when people go back and look at his life, they're like, he did that. Now, there are other rappers, I won't say their names, but they got really released from the game because they claim to live a certain lifestyle. They said they did this, and then when you did homework on them, you found out they were from the suburbs. This guy's like, I shoot, I kill, I was in jail, and then you do this homework, he was in prep school. It's like, whoa, what happened? Right? So listen to me, I'm going to keep it 100. The reason why people like, Eric, your confidence, why do you have so much confidence? I have so much confidence because when I talk about what I'm going to talk about, I lived it. I lived it. What gives me the right? That's what I tell all my young speakers who want to speak. I say, this is the number one question you better ask yourself before you do what I do. What gives you the right to address that crowd? What gives you the right? Not if you're talented, if you can speak. What gives you the right to stand before successful people? You want to speak in the NBA. What gives you the right to talk to an athlete who represents 1% of all the athletes in the world? What gives you the right to talk to him? What gives you the right to talk to a 4-time NBA champion? What gives you the right? I need to look at your life and see how you got the right to talk to this guy. There's a lot of opportunities in this place. What gives you the right to earn them? What gives you the right? And when you can answer that question, there's nothing you can't have. What gives me the right? I was homeless. I slept in abandoned buildings. Now I own a company that's $1 million. We're right here at the million mark in 2 years. What gives me the right? I'm a high school dropout who got a GED, who took 12 years to get a 4-year degree, who got his master's degree. By the way, I'm a Spartan who's working on finishing up on his PhD. What gives me the right to tell you can keep going because I kept going? That's what gives me the right. I ate out of garbage cans. I lived in abandoned buildings, and I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm an author. I'm an author. I have the right to tell you can do it, you can make it. Why? Because I did it. I'm not giving you something I read in the book. Like, I love it. Have you ever noticed those speakers when they speak, like, you can tell they read Stephen Covey's 7 Habits for Highly Effective People. Right? And they're like, habit 1. I'm like, that's Stephen Covey. Like, he has the right. What do I mean by right? Write this down. Sweat equity. Sweat equity. That means Stephen Covey has the right to tell me these 7 habits because he's went through sweat, blood, and tears to come up with those 7 habits. Those 7 habits didn't come from him sitting in the classroom somewhere. Those 7 habits came from living, from life. What does it take to be successful? Can I be real with you? You can go to any bookstore and get what it takes to be successful. You can get that. You can go to any bookstore. Somebody wrote about it. The challenge is not what does it take. The challenge is, do you have a heart to do what it tells you to do? Can you make the sacrifices? Listen to me very close. I guarantee you, there's probably a book called Success for Dummies that breaks it down real plain. But what makes a man get up at 3 o'clock in the morning versus a man that gets up just in time to go to work? It's not that the guy that has to be to work at 7 o'clock who gets up at 6:30 to be somewhere at 7, it's not that he doesn't know that if he gets up at 5 o'clock, he could probably be better. The problem is he don't have a heart to get up early. He don't have the discipline to get up early. It's not the knowledge that he lacks, it's the heart. And you can't go buy that at Walmart. That's why I have an advantage. People say all the time, Eric, how did you do it? You were homeless. You were a high school dropout. You didn't have the advantage. You didn't have your real father in your life. How did you do it? This guy comes from a great community. How did you do it? I said, because I learned the secret to success. It doesn't matter where you come from. If you come from privilege, your mama can buy you a car. They can send you to the best college in the world, but she can't make you get up and go to class. Your daddy could own everything and be a billionaire, but the drive he had to get the billions, he can't take you to Walmart and buy the drive.
If you don't develop the courage to do that which has been given you to do, and you spend a lot of time going around trying to convince other people or trying to get their approval, what will happen is that you will lose your nerve. And other people will convince you that what you're doing doesn't have any value, and you'll give up on your dream. How much time do you have left? How much time do you have left? When you start thinking about that, we don't know. Most of us don't use the stuff that we have brought into the universe. Stop wasting valuable time. If you want something, you have got to be relentless. You've got to learn how to become resourceful. You've got to learn how to become creative. The power to hold on in spite of everything, the power to endure. This is the winner's quality. The hunger, the ability to face defeat again and again without giving up. This is a winner's quality. What this power is, I cannot say. All I know is that it exists, and it becomes available only when a man or a woman is in that state of mind in which he or she knows exactly what he or she wants and is fully determined not to quit until they find it. There's greatness in you, and you've got to learn how to tune out the critics outside and the critic inside. I'm going to harness my will, and I'm not going to let anything stop me. I deserve this. Most people give up on themselves easily. You know the human spirit is powerful. There's nothing as powerful. It's hard to kill the human spirit. You are unstoppable. Live your life with passion, with some drive. Most of us go through life with our brakes on, holding back. Decide that you're going to push yourself. You've got to focus on you. And as you convince you, as you sell yourself every day, you will begin to see a difference in the things that you're doing. Selling yourself on your ability to perform a job, to achieve a certain objective. Telling yourself every day, here I go again. And I got what it takes. This is my day, and nothing out here is going to stop me.